Hi, Cancer. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. If this is the time you're visiting, I'm glad you stopped by. Stick around, see if it's something that resonates with you. And if it does, give me a thumbs up or leave me a message. Let me know how it does. If you're returning or you are a subscriber, I am so appreciative. You guys are helping me grow my channel, and I'm super excited about it. So welcome back. Really good to see you. So here at this channel, we like to work with the energies of the moon to see how we can use them for the best during the week to help move our life forward in a very positive way. And I'd like to start out with a conversation starter from the universe using the Everyday Enchantment Tarot from Poppy Palin. And then I follow along with the different phases of the moon throughout the week using the Queen of the Moon Oracle cards from Stacey DeMarco. And then I like to finish it up with the Secret Language of Color cards from Inessa Gold because it gives us something really tangible to hang on to as we work our way through the week. Like, oh my gosh, okay, so I'm wearing this color this week because that reminds me I'm working on this thing that I'm working on. And so I like to have that opportunity to put that in there for you. Okay, so here we go. Just want to remind you that we do have a new moon in Capricorn, and it happens on Saturday. So Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do the live new moon with the Q&A. So if you have some questions, and drop in, put them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. All right, Cancer. Wow. Well, oh my gosh, Cancer. Woo, I'm so excited for you for the week ahead. Okay, so you have the Two of Cups, and you have the Knight of Cups, and you have the Page of Cups. This is a lot of loving energy. In fact, it feels sort of like one person is offering the Knight of Cups, and the Page of Cups is, like the message of love, and it's creative, and it's new, and it's a partnership. And this is all starting out this week. First, we're in Libra right now on Sunday. We're in Libra, and this is about the universe having your back and its protection and everything. And that is in your fourth house of home. So we start out there, and then it moves into Scorpio, which is your fifth house of fun and romance. And then it's sixth house of day-to-day activities when it goes into Sagittarius. And it finishes out the week in your seventh house of partnerships and intimate partnerships. And so I feel like this week looks really promising. I hate to see this, but it feels like it's promising for romance. And I don't want to promise that, but it really looks like it. So enjoy the new year. It looks like a good week for you. So to get a little guidance on Sunday, where this, protection is coming from, and it's in Libra, and it's about being balanced and everything. So I'm in your fourth house of home. We're getting a little guidance from Diana Cooper's Unicorn cards, and let's just see what we get. And we have Rainbow. There is a rainbow beyond the clouds. Cancer, you have kind of had it tough this year. You have. It's been kind of like an up and down, but trending upward thing. And now I feel like you're really getting somewhere. Like you can start to see the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Like you can finally visualize it. You can see it. You're moving in it. You're going to have actual tangible messages coming in. This is for the week. This is for the week. And it could just be that your friends and your family are sending you loving messages. It may or may not be romance, but it sure looks like it to me. And then we move into Scorpio. The moon moves into Scorpio on Sunday evening, and it's there all day Monday, which is New Year's Eve, and all day on New Year's Day. And so we have this resistance, but it's like the breakthrough. Like we're just pushing our way through. It's been resisting. It's resistant of ideas, resistant of change, resistance of other people around us. There's been some sort of a resistance, but it's this pushing through. It's this moving forward. And then there's the surrender to the divine, surrender to your higher self, surrender to the situation, the destiny, the way things are going. It's this acceptance and surrender of what is happening as really being just the way things are going to go. And so for guidance on this, we're using the Mystical Wisdom cards, and they're from Gay Guthrie, and Jacqueline Wall did the illustrations, and they're just lovely. They really are. And you have confrontation. Pick your battles wisely. What? Cancer. All right. So there's resistance before you get to the part where there's surrender. It looks like it's going to be a little testy before you get there. Like this stuff is coming in and this stuff is happening, but first, there seems to be an opportunity for confrontation. And maybe it would be best that instead of fighting, you sing a love song. You say, oh, look at over here at this creative project I'm working on. Maybe a little distraction. Maybe instead offer the cup of love. Instead of going for the jugular, instead of having the confrontation, maybe stepping back might be the way to go, and so that you can get to this pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Cancer, watch out for that. That looks like a pitfall. I'm just saying. That's in Scorpio. That's in your fifth house, romance and fun. So hang in there. That's when people are drinking, right? It's New Year's Eve. So be careful. Mind your manners. All right. So then on Wednesday morning, at like 1 in the morning on Wednesday, it's 12:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The moon moves into Sagittarius. And for you, there's this sense of release. There's this letting go of something. You've surrendered to the divine, and now there's this release. And see the transformation from the butterflies as you release and you move into your higher self. And with that comes a sense of peace. You're coming off of this full moon in Cancer that we had just a week and a half ago. And so it makes sense. Now the release is happening. Like, okay, we're moving out of this cycle and we're moving into the next cycle. And this is in your seventh house of day-to-day activities. And, it's back to work time. It's January 2nd, right? And so we're releasing and finding peace. And so to get some guidance on this. And then we're going to use the Denise Lynn Sacred Traveler cards. Oh my gosh, they take forever. All right. So, but you have a lot. You have a lot. Okay. So, wow. All right. So you have healing energy on the way. Healing, mystic healer, healing energy flows through you. So pick your battles wisely, because this healing energy can flow through you, and there could be a confrontation. And if you choose to pour love all over it, you have all this loving energy. If you choose to pour love all over this, then you can heal the situation, and then you can savor your life and have the passion and the pleasure of it. It looks beautiful. And then on top of all that, if that weren't enough, then the gates of triumph open. That's the success expands in your life. So seriously, when this confrontation comes up over the New Year holiday of New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, over the course of this week, pour love into the situation. Step back and say, how can I love my way through this to make this work out for me in my best and highest good and the highest and best good of everyone around me? And that's by throwing love all over it. Okay, just drench it in love. All right, and then on Friday, the moon is void, of course. It's a really good time to take no action, to rest, to integrate all the lessons, I would say, of the past year, but definitely for the past 28 days. Integrate. I like to take the time to write down at the end of the year what's happened through the year and where are we going and how are things moving forward. And then I like to start moving forward by writing my list of where I want to go with new moon. And this is a powerful new moon. It's going to go all the way until July. It's going to go 6 months out when the moon goes full in Capricorn during your birth month. So this is a very powerful opportunity for you in particular, for Capricorn in particular. I feel like there's a real opportunity for earth signs and for Cancer to really utilize this moon to really push things forward in a very positive way. And so don't forget to write your gratitude list that goes with that. And then you can peek through the door, through the keyhole into the future. And that's where the realization of just how big and wide that vista is and how much opportunity you have. But I'm telling you, Cancer, you need to be pouring the love into the situation. All right, so to get a little guidance on all this, we're going to use the Abundance Angels from Doreen and Grant Virtue, and it says, woo, talking about practical energy of Capricorn, face your financial fears. Okay, you're going to have to get out the ledgers. You're going to have to look at where you're spending your money. It says when you're honest with yourself about your fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you have, and you'll realize that in fact have nothing to fear, that every successful person has struggled and released these self-doubts. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is happening in your 7th house of intimate partnerships. So when this situation comes up and it seems like you're going to be discussing finances with your partner, make sure that you don't get super defensive, pour love over it, and look for opportunities to fix it, to be, open and honest about it, to figure out how to work your way through it. And if you are not in a partnership, if you are single and you're having to do this and have this conversation with yourself, then have it. Have this conversation with yourself. Let's get you a color card for the week. Hey, be sure to show up on Saturday if you have any questions and put them in the Q&A, and then we'll discuss them after I do the new moon reading. And I'm going to do a yearly forecast on New Year's Day. It's going to be like this. It's not going to be Q&A, but I'm going to work my way through the planets, the outer planets, and see how they will impact your life this year. Can you see the little kitty friend? Just she's having fun. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. Financial. Establish boundaries. Establish boundaries. Okay. The sun's moving around. I can't figure out which direction to put this in. Okay. Establish boundaries. It's brown. So it definitely feels like it's a time over the next week, while we're shifting from one year to the next, before the work week starts, before everything, kind of look at the finances and figure out what your goals are and how you want to get there. What steps can you take? And make sure to write down your gratitude list of how you are grateful for the opportunities and the ways that you have to handle the situation. So pour some love all over it, though. Oh my gosh. Pour the love all over the situation. Love yourself. Love the situation, love your partner, and look for the opportunities, because remember, success expands in your life. The gates of triumph are opening to you. So, and oh, hey, don't forget, there's still that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. All right, Cancer, I will see you next week. Have a great week. Be sure to give me a thumbs up or share, subscribe. I appreciate it so much. Have a great week.